I didn't want to die, but I wanted help. It's not a need for attention. I think attention and help are two radically different things. You don't do this for attention, you do this because you're struggling.
Not a cry for attention in the sense that it is not done solely to say, look at me. It is a sign that something is happening, whether a biological thing, a mental health thing.
At school, especially, when you're in high school and middle school, people are gonna say things like, oh, she's so dramatic. Oh, she's overreacting. She's so selfish. And it's just not the truth.
For some people, you can see a decline in how they're functioning and how they're feeling and how they're doing.
It doesn't always come out in the beginning, or maybe even at all. I was super scared to just have my family know that I was dealing with something, because they just act like we don't have any problems and everyone is just mentally A-okay, but it's not the truth.
Before I got my diagnosis, talking about mental health and talking about therapy was a non-existent topic.
Mental health has always been kind of on my radar, but I never actually talked about it with my family. I kept it all bottled up inside.
You can't read depression on the outside based on how a person is looking. You can smile and feel depressed. You can smile and still feel like you want to die.
For other people, they're so thankful that they made it out alive because they weren't certain about it.
I wasn't even 100% certain about my choice. When I attempted it, everything had just kind of piled up, and I wasn't in a state of mind where I was thinking things out. I was just kind of like, right here, right now, I don't want to be this person, or I don't want to be in this situation, and this seems like the only way I can get out of it.
I think there's always some doubt. I think a lot of people sort of rehearse their suicides, and sometimes a successful suicide is just a rehearsal that went too far.
I don't think so.
Myth.
That's a myth. I can attest to that. Once being suicidal in my life, and I'm still here, and I'm not suicidal anymore.
In my case specifically, I still have the thoughts, but it doesn't mean that I want to act on it.
After therapy, after self-love, after, for me at least, medication, not for everybody, I am no longer in that place, and it's like breathing again. I would tell myself that perfection can kill you, and by that I mean if you hold everything in, if you smile instead of sharing what you're feeling, things build up and then they get too heavy to hold. I think I would also tell myself that vulnerability is strength, crying is strength, sharing that you're struggling is strength. Things build up and then they get too heavy to hold.